HIV is not a death sentence. You can live a normal life even when you've been diagnosed with HIV. Okay? You can live a normal life, maybe even healthier than before. The 1st of December was World AIDS Day, and I thought, why not use it to make another video and also spread the word. It's important that such messages are being passed down to whatever age, to everybody, you know, because these things are reality. AIDS is no joke. It is real. And most people live as if AIDS is not real, going about having unprotected sex. AIDS is real. Mulibwanji, welcome to my YouTube channel. My Olivia speaking, and I'm here today with a video on HIV and AIDS. So it's gonna be one of those listen up, real tight, listen up, yeah, listen up, real tight, listen up videos. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you stay and you join the family. If you're not new to my channel, one love back to you guys. So before I get into the video, if you have not yet subscribed, there's going to be a kama box somewhere down here. Kama box, please click on it. And there's going to be a bell that comes next to it. Make sure it is on so that every time I upload a video, you get to see it in real time. So your girl is about to reach 200 subscribers and 2019 is about to end. And I'm hoping I'll be at, wait for it, 1,000 subscribers. So please, help me not disappoint myself. Subscribe. Make your girl reach 1,000. Yeah, we dream high, we dream big, you know? Yeah, so like I say, today I'm going to be talking about HIV and AIDS. I'm going to be talking about how you get it, what it is, how to prevent yourself from getting it, and what to do when you've been diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. Disclaimer, I am not an HIV professional, but what I've done is I've researched and I also went around and asked people that have been diagnosed with HIV and AIDS, what would your advice be for someone who's been diagnosed with HIV and AIDS? So I asked people that have been living with it for so many years. And yeah, so this is what I've brought to the table. So I hope you are ready to watch it, because I feel it's important that the HIV message should be passed on. The statistics, which I'm going to be reading to you somewhere in the video, are insane. You know, Zambia, AIDS, you killed my mother, you killed my father, I am now an orphan. We remember those poems. Let's be real. We remember those poems. They were taught to us. We said them. ZNBC. Advertise. Musicians are trying. They're trying to spread the word on HIV and AIDS, but I don't know what's happening. They just... So I feel like it's important, because the statistics, which I'm going to be just... Statistics, which I'm going to be telling you in a minute or so, will tell you how alarming HIV numbers are getting. And also Africa is like a nest, it's like a breeding ground for HIV and AIDS. It's like, and we are just spreading it, you know, like it's for free. Unfortunately, some people pay for it. Yeah, so what is HIV? Let's get into the video. HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. So this virus, when you contract this virus, what it does is it attacks your immune system. Now, our immune system is what prevents us from getting sick, because it's like our shield. And it fights against any bacteria, any virus that enters the body, and you don't get sick. So now in the immune system, if it's strong, you don't get sick. If it's weak, if your immune system is weak, you get sick very often. Any kind of flu, any kind of thing that's passing through, you got it. So that's what HIV does. It attacks your immune system, making you prone to so many other diseases, tuberculosis, etc., etc. So HIV can go undetected. Why? Because it's usually asymptomatic. Once you get the virus, most people don't even know. It can pass as a flu, it can pass as a cold, it can pass as malaria. Iyo wanwakakoate maganza zasira ni chabe buino. Get yourself tested if you know you have sex, especially unprotected sex, because even if you have protected sex, you're not 100% free from it. Anyway, yeah, so HIV, if left undetected, can go into a worse stage, which is now known as AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency disease. So when you reach the AIDS part, it's where you're now playing with life and death, because AIDS comes with a vendetta. You lose weight drastically. It's like 90 days. You lose weight drastically. You are feverish every night. You're sweating. You are very tired at all times. You're confused. There is tension. All those things. You have diarrhea, like chronic diarrhea when it reaches AIDS. It's insane, and it's not a place you want to be. When you reach AIDS, you see a lot of other diseases also coming in and playing a role into your demise. People get to a stage where they have kaposis, which I'm sure we all know about. We've seen the adverts, we've seen all these things, but we still put a blind eye to all of these things. So yeah, HIV left out of hand becomes AIDS. Okay, so how do you get HIV? There are three main ways you get HIV. And the first, I'm going to be talking about the common way of getting it here in Africa. The first is through unprotected sex, which is one of the most common ways people get it here in Africa. But the funny thing is, because it's through unprotected sex, people stigmatize HIV. Because at the end of the day, it is a disease like any other. You carry it it's just one of those diseases where you carry it for life. You have to take medication for life. But it is how you get it, why it is stigmatized upon. So let us grow up. Let us grow up. If you know you're having unprotected sex, you might get HIV and AIDS. You're not exempted from it. Okay? No matter how strong your immune system is, whatnot. Some people are lucky, but please, it is a real thing. Do not give it a blind eye. HIV is real. Okay, so yeah, number one, unprotected sex. Number two, which I think is the most common here in Africa, is mother to child. So a pregnant woman who has HIV and AIDS can pass it down to her child if she does not take the necessary measures to prevent it from being passed down. It can be prevented. You can have a child who is HIV free, even if you are an HIV positive woman. Okay? And the third way, which I remember being taught in school, was from blades, injections, drugs, and all those things. So yeah, drugs, meaning heroin with needles. Yeah, so make sure that is clear when you are teaching your child. Stay away from these three things. Okay? How to prevent it? Like I said, stay away from these three things. Abstain. Use a condom or preventative measures. You can go to the hospital. They can give you anti-HIV tablets, which are like anti-malaria, like Coartem. You take it 3 days, blah blah blah. But you can take anti-HIV. I don't know the details, but you can take it for a certain amount of time, or you can take it for every day of your life to prevent you from getting HIV, especially if you are one of those people who are aware that your partner has HIV and you just want to make sure you are safe. Okay? That's another way to prevent it. And mother to child, make sure you go to the hospital. They will advise you better. They will tell you what ways you can go about to prevent it from transferring down to your child. So the people at a high risk of getting HIV are sex workers at a high risk of getting AIDS, and people that are having multiple partners. So you might not be a sex worker, but you are having multiple sexual partners, and you are having unprotected sex. You are at a high risk of getting HIV and AIDS, because let's be real, most of the times you don't even know your partner's status, HIV status. So you are at a high risk. Again, an unborn child whose mother has HIV is at a high risk of getting HIV. And partners or spouses whose partner or spouse is a cheater. Someone who cannot stay in their home, be faithful to their partner, husband or wife, is most likely to bring that disease, bring that burden into the house and just give it to you for free. So if you know your spouse is cheating on you, you are at a high risk of getting HIV and AIDS. So make sure you and your husband and wife get tested regularly for HIV and AIDS. So the statistics. So I got this from advert.org. I'm going to be linking it down in the description below. So in 2018, they recorded that 1.2 million people in Zambia were diagnosed with HIV. 17,000 people died from it, which can be prevented. Again, HIV is not a death sentence. It is not a death sentence. You can live a normal life. Children, innocent children, okay? 5,400 of them were recorded. These are just the cases that have been recorded. 5,400 children last year were recorded to be newly infected with the HIV virus. So again, I got this from advert.org. Use Uncle Google to read about it, educate yourselves about it. Yeah, so these numbers are alarming. Zambia is, to me, a very small country. You know, things like this should be very easy to prevent, to talk about, and all that stuff. So what to do when you've been diagnosed with HIV. So if you have been diagnosed with HIV, now this is advice from people that have been living with HIV for many years. So what you do when you've been found with HIV and AIDS is go for counseling. You need someone to talk you through such a huge life change. HIV will shake you if you've been diagnosed with HIV. It's one of those things. It's a huge thing. So you need someone to talk to. Talk it out, you know? And the second thing is you need to come to terms with it. It's not going anywhere. What's been done is done. It's not going anywhere. You need to come to terms with it. You need to accept it. Like I said, it's not a death sentence. It's a disease that you have to carry with you all your life, but it is not a death sentence. It can be controlled with ARVs and treatments, which is what you need to be on when you've been diagnosed with HIV. So that's point number 3. Make sure you go to the hospital and you start yourself on a treatment to prevent HIV from getting into AIDS, which is usually life and death. And another thing you have to do is change your lifestyle. Your diet needs to change. It needs to be a healthy diet. Please, be human. Have a heart. Do not pass it on because of your anger, which is what's happening in most cases. A woman gets HIV, she sleeps with 10 men with the aim to pass it on. A man gets HIV, he sleeps with 20 women with an aim to pass it on. Some people, because of their greed, they still want to go about sleeping with other women and other men. They don't tell them their status, and what happens, they transfer it. I think everybody should be given the option to choose whether you want to be with your HIV diagnosed partner or not. Even in a marriage, tell your wife, do not bring that burden from outside your home and you take it to your wife or you take it to your husband. So please inform your partner and give them the choice to choose whether they want to be with you or not. It's important to come out to your family, especially your immediate family, people that you see every day, you wake up to in the same house, because HIV is something that will force you to change your life, your lifestyle, okay? They might end up being your support system, and even if they are not, at least you know that it's no longer a secret. It's out there, you've got no stress, no tension. Forget about society. Okay? Forget about society. Tell the people that you love. And if you are a married couple and you've got HIV and you've got children, sit those children down and talk to them. Tell them the truth. Children are very smart. They know what's happening. They know if there's something happening in the house. So please sit your children down and tell them the truth. They will ask you questions on how you got it. Be honest. Okay? Be honest. They learn about it in school. So it's best if you as a parent also sits down with your child and let them know. It transfers through unprotected sex. Mother to child. These are things that you should educate your children about. You might not know. In the end, your child might be the one reminding you, saying, Mommy, your alarm has gone off. Daddy, your alarm has gone off. Or, hey sis, your alarm went off. Make sure you drink your medicine. You know, we who surround people that have got HIV and AIDS should be supportive. We should not judge. It's done, it's done. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. So the best thing we can do is move past it, move forward, and help. When you are a person who has undetected HIV count, you cannot pass down that virus to your unborn child. You cannot pass down that virus to your sexual partner. So again, it's one of those things that you just really have to be honest about, because there are ways around it, and you should give your partner the choice to choose whether they want to be with you or not. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. To end it, abstain, use a condom, stick to one sexual partner, make sure you know their HIV status, and again, regularly check your HIV status if you know you are practicing or you have sex, because condoms are not 100%. What's 100% is abstinence. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you pass the message forward. Don't forget to subscribe. Nayamikira. I hope mwamvela, and I hope you will pass the message forward. Till next time, bye.